If you're starting a home bakery or you're trying to scale, there's a really good chance that you're buying the wrong tools. I wasted so much money on stuff I thought I needed and stuff that looked cute and was popular, but it didn't actually help my business. So today, I'm gonna save you from making those same mistakes. I'm breaking down what tools you actually need in your bakery business when you're just starting out and when you're ready to scale. Okay, so let's start out with bakers who are just starting out. And if you're a baker who's not just starting out, let me know if you agree with what I'm about to say or not in the comments. So new bakers, more than likely, you might think that you need to buy all the cutesy, professional, and expensive things right away. But doing this can run you broke or make you get so overwhelmed by all the options and costs that you end up getting stuck and you just don't start at all. So I want to make this easy for you and tell you what you actually need. And spoiler, it's not a lot. I personally recommend taking a look at what you already have before you jump to buying all the new things. The first thing on my list is a decent mixer. If you have one at home already, whether that's a handheld mixer or a stand mixer, use it. That's first. Now I'm gonna keep it completely 100 with you. There are some things like a good buttercream that you will need a stand mixer to be able to make it, because using a hand mixer will be nearly impossible. But don't worry, because you still don't have to invest in a super expensive stand mixer. There are a lot of budget-friendly stand mixer options out there that you can get that are either under $100 or just a little bit over $100. You probably aren't making a ton of batches right now, so a budget option is going to be perfect for you. You can also probably snag a great deal by searching on Facebook Marketplace for used items. I've seen a lot of bakers comment on my videos that this is how they were able to get their tools. Next, and to invest in the proper pans for whatever you're going to be selling. So if cakes, that means getting the proper pans. If cookies, that means getting the proper cookie sheets. You might have these at home already, so use them. And if not, grab only what you need. And no, you don't need 3, 4, 5 sets of these things when you're just starting out. Now here's where a lot of bakers, including myself, when I first started out, will waste the most money in their home bakery businesses. It's on packaging and presentation. When you're starting out, you need packaging that makes you look professional without breaking the bank. Please don't waste all your money on buying all the super fancy seasonal packaging. Clear bags, simple boxes, basic ribbon, and my custom label templates will work just fine. But here's the one tool that I think every new baker should invest in when it comes to packaging, and that is a thermal printer. So this is the Munbyn Real Writer 403B thermal printer. And this is a great investment you can make when you're starting your bakery. When I first started, I was handwriting my labels, which took forever and honestly just didn't look good. Y'all, don't remind me. Then I started buying labels from printing companies, and that cost me a lot of money and went to waste because I didn't use it all. Again, wasting more money unnecessarily. But a thermal printer can change that. You print a label, you peel it off, you stick it on your product, and done. It looks professional, it's fast, and it easily elevates your brand. The 403B printer from Munbyn, the sponsor of this video, is especially perfect for people who are just starting out because it's great quality and it's affordable. It's actually under $80. So you don't have to drop hundreds of dollars on a printer when you're just getting started. But even though this printer is affordable, the print quality is still really high. This is because of the DAC technology that is integrated inside of the printers. So your labels will come out crisp, clean, and professional. There's a ton of label colors and sizes to fit your business's needs. And Munbyn also has an app to make editing and printing your labels a breeze. And it's super efficient. I can print dozens of labels in just minutes. And when you're doing all the things, trying to get your orders out the door, you're gonna appreciate the ease of being able to get your labels done quickly, because while labeling seems easy enough, that time adds up fast. Bakers who have been doing this for a while, chime in and tell me if I'm lying or not. Your packaging is the first physical thing your customer interacts with. If it looks sloppy or inconsistent, they will remember that. But if you hand them a beautifully packaged product with clean, professional labeling, that's when they're gonna start recognizing that, oh, they're not playing about their little bakery business. And as someone who's just starting, building up that reputation and word of mouth is going to be everything. Other things that you need, but you probably have some of these things that are usable at your home, are mixing bowls, measuring cups and spoons, mixing spoons and whisks, parchment paper, etc. All of these things are okay to use from your home until you can invest to buy new ones specifically for your home bakery business. If you don't have some or any of these tools, just grab what you need and remember to keep it budget friendly. You don't need a lot when you're starting out. And that's why I always recommend to keep it small and get really good at what you're doing. And over time, you're gonna build up and you're gonna get more and more orders. And when that happens, that's when you're gonna realize that your business is growing. And while the tools that got you here were great, you might need to upgrade those tools to get you to what's coming next. Okay, so now you've crossed the beginner stage and your business is scaling. By the way, scaling just simply means growing. In this stage, you're not just doing a few orders here and there. And this is where a lot of bakers, including myself, end up getting stuck. Because you're trying to scale your home bakery with these beginner tools and it's just not gonna be sustainable. You might end up having to work twice as hard for that same output, which eventually leads to burnout. So let me tell you what I think is worth upgrading when you're ready to scale. So mixers. You can keep your budget mixers that got you to this point. They can serve as a reminder to how you got here. And honestly, they can still serve a purpose in your home bakery even as it scales. But alongside your Old Faithful, it's now worth either investing in either another mixer or two or a more high quality, high output stand mixer to be able to handle the growth of your bakery. Upgrading to multiple mixers increases your production by allowing you to run multiple tasks like mixing up buttercream and cake batter at the same time. Upgrading to larger, more high capacity mixers helps you to be able to prep more dough in the same amount of time or even less time than when you only had the one budget mixer. This is gonna be one of the major keys to being able to keep up with the growth and still running your home bakery efficiently. Now's the time when you're also going to need to consider upgrading your baking pans and sheet pans, getting larger, more durable, and high quality pans to make the baking process more consistent is so crucial so you can keep production moving. This is the time where you can also upgrade things like your mixing bowls, measuring equipment, maybe even get a food scale, better storage options to hold all of your flour and sugar. Anything that's going to improve your efficiency is going to be worth it when you're scaling, including upgrading the way you print your labels for your packaging. So this is the Real Writer 405B thermal printer, and this is Munbyn's high-end model. But when you're doing high volume and you're starting to think and take your brand seriously, this is going to be an upgrade that makes sense. So let me show you the difference between the 403B and this one. So the 403B that I showed you earlier is perfect for when you're starting out. It's affordable, it's efficient, it does exactly what you need it to do when you're doing lower volume orders. But the 405B is built for when you're scaling and when your branding really becomes a priority. First, it has all of the same DAC technology as the 403B, so the print quality is going to be just as good. You're still going to be getting crisp professional labels from the 405B. But when you're printing hundreds of labels a week, your printer is going to be getting a lot of views. With the beginner printers, eventually the print head wears out and you have to replace the entire machine. With the 405B, you only have to replace the print head. That can save you a lot of money long term because you're not constantly having to buy new printers. It's literally designed for heavy, frequent use. So if you're doing hundreds of orders a month, this is going to be the printer that's going to be able to keep up with you without breaking down. Now, this is where it gets really cool though. The 405B thermal printer is compatible with dual color labels and can print in two colors, either red and black or blue and black. Why does this matter? Because as you scale, your branding is going to become so important. You're not just trying to make sales anymore. You're trying to build a recognizable brand that people remember and come back to. So with dual color printing, you can print your logo in your brand colors. You can add a pop of color to highlight important info, and you can create labels that feel unique and custom to your brand. When you're scaling and trying to stand out in such a crowded market, the details are gonna matter. This is one of the shifts that happens when you go from making sales sales to actually building a brand. You start thinking about consistency. You start thinking about how everything looks together. You start thinking about the experience that your customer has from the moment they place an order to the moment they open the package. The 405B thermal printer can help you do that. It lets you take your branding seriously without having to outsource your labels or spend a fortune on custom printing. So here's how to think about these two printers. The 403B is your starting out printer. It's affordable, it's high quality, and it gets the job done when you're building your business. And it's under $80, which is perfect. The 405B is your scaling printer. It's built for high volume with replaceable print heads. It gives you dual color printing so you can elevate your branding. It's an investment, but when you're doing serious volume, it's worth it. And if you're interested in either one of these printers, check the links in the description below and use my code to help you save even more money. So here's the takeaway from all of this that I've just told you. Buy what you need for the stage you're in. Invest in quality where it matters and upgrade strategically as you grow. That's it. Just keep it simple. If this video was helpful to you, then go ahead and hit that little hype button to hype this video up so I know what we got is real. And then subscribe to my channel because I post videos like this to help you build a profitable home bakery business without all the overwhelm. All right, guys, I will see y'all in the next video. Until then, peace.